guys, what's up? It's your girl Megan. As you may notice, we are kicking it old school because my HD camera decided to kick the dust, so we are now relying on my dandy iMac. So if the quality is not as good as it used to be, I do apologize, but nonetheless, I hope you will join me as I'm going over one amazing book by Robin Perini with Game of Fear. So as you all know, I love pretty much everything that Robin touches. I mean, I really and honestly have not picked up a book from Robin that I haven't just absolutely fallen in love with, like, since page one. It's a little crazy. Her writing is actually a little bit outside of the genres that I usually read, with a lot of action built into the book. That is actually why I love her so much, because it's a breath of fresh air when you read her writings, and Game of Fear did not disappoint me. So join me as we go along the road of Robin Perini's new book called Game of Fear. If you are a fan of Robin's books, then you know the Montgomery brothers very well, and if not, that's okay, because while this book is part of a series, if you will, it can be read as a standalone book. Now, I myself have not read the rest of the Montgomery Justice series. However, I felt like I never even missed a beat, because like I said, brand new characters, it's a brand new plot line, and you just pull in bits and pieces of the rest of the Montgomery Justice series. So it's kind of nice that if you do know the backstory, I'm sure it makes it a lot better. But if this is your first time picking up one of the books in the series, it's completely okay. You're not going to be lost at all. It's gonna be a little hard for me to give you a great synopsis of this book because there's so much going on that at any point in time, if I move one of the puzzle pieces in the wrong place, I will give the entire book away. So I'm gonna break down the book the best that I can. And I know at the end you're just going to be begging to know where the links are to buy this book. Basically, Game of Fear is about really smart kids, young kids, that are disappearing all over the world. Now, we are introduced to one of Robin's famous strong heroines, which is another thing I love about her writing, because her heroes don't have to be men. They can be very strong women. And in this book, that strong woman's name is Deborah. Now, Deborah, or aka Deb, is a rescue helicopter pilot. We have the really strong heroine, and then we have the Montgomery brother, who is Gabe Montgomery, an ex-cop who is actually working in an undercover case. And as you can tell, he's a little different from the other Montgomery brothers because he's got this really great sense of humor to him. He's really funny, but you can also tell that he's very alpha. It's really fun to see how the alpha and how the comedian part of this Montgomery brother works together. It's very great, and I loved it so very much. And so we have Deborah, and then we have Gabe. And so the story starts out with Deborah and Gabe. They are in the bar together. He owns this bar as part of his undercover work, and Deborah and him become friends. And at a certain point during the book, Deborah's sister becomes missing, and her sister's name is Ashley, and Ashley's a very smart girl. And she has actually hacked into the NSA system and has caused some trouble, but is now in the military academy. Ashley comes to Deborah one day and feels like she's been watched, and she's not really sure what's going on, but she feels a little scared. But she also goes to tell her that she's gotten this brand new game called Point of Entry, and she actually has to leave and doesn't really take it too seriously because she's got to get back and play this video game. And this video game becomes a very important part of the book because in actuality, the game is real. Once you get to a certain level, the game becomes real life. And it's really kind of scary because you think of all these children and all these kids in the world, how this could really become a possibility, how these people who are true gamers could really and truly be doing this in real life. So it's this crazy premise that is not only scary on paper, but scary when you really think that it's something that could happen. So Deb knows the only person that she can really trust to help find her sister is Gabe Montgomery. Now we all know that Gabe has 6 other brothers who are very yummy brothers, and she knows that she can really trust this family. So she goes to Gabe and asks for his help to help her find her sister. So that's the basis of the book. You have the game Point of Entry, you have a bunch of kids missing, you have a hot Montgomery brother, a really strong heroine, and all these pieces combined make up Game of Fear. Now I can tell you that during the book there are some really cool crazy characters. And I'm pretty sure more people die than I've ever read an entire book. It's like every chapter, someone that you've loved and you've grown accustomed to is just gone. It is very a heart-wrenching book because you never know if your character's gonna die. In fact, I had one of my favorite not make it through the end of the book, and I got on Facebook and on Twitter. I was like, how could you do this? I'm so upset that he's gone. And she replied, sometimes, just a character has to go. And it was really sad and emotional. But that's what I love about any book that Robin writes, is that it is not just another book, another facade. This is real writing. It's writing that is scary because it can be true. It is writing where you never know what's going to happen in the next chapter. And that's just what I find so refreshing about her. Also, as a semi-gamer, because I'm not a serious gamer, I am known to play Xbox 360 and kick some serious tail on Halo. So it is kind of odd to think that if I got really good at Halo and all of these people who killing me non-stop all the time, in fact, I play 95% of the game respawning, that it could really turn into somebody being seen as a good sniper or a great pilot or something of that nature and be pulled into real life scenarios. So it's just a really fun book, not because people are dying, but because it's fun to imagine where this world could take you into something of that nature. So I hope you'll go out and you'll buy Robin's new book. I loved it. It's by Robin. Of course I loved it. And you can buy it right now. It's only $3.99. $3.99. It's like skip your Starbucks for the day and go buy a book that you can keep forever. Nailed it. So I'll have the links below. Go check it out right here. Make sure you go follow her on Facebook. Find her on Goodreads. And make sure you leave her great comments. Robin is really wonderful about replying back. She's been so wonderful to me. I love her for all of her advanced reader copies so that I can share them with you guys. And as always, guys, be sure that you're leaving these author lots of comments and reviews on Amazon, because without reviews, there are no stories, and without stories, there are no authors, and without authors, the whole world just dies. Everyone just dies. So save your life and go and leave a review for Robin and every other author that you may have already read. Until next time, guys, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and share away. Bye!